Hi everyone, and welcome to Don't Shrink to Fit podcast. This episode is coming out on February 17, just a few days after Valentine's Day. And what most people think of Valentine's as romance, flowers, and couples, for me, Valentine's has always been about love, real love. The kind that doesn't expire, the kind that doesn't depend on performance, the kind that holds you through every version of yourself. So a few years ago, my daughters did something very special. They interviewed me. They asked me questions about my life, about what it was like to be a single mom, about my values, about the decisions I made, and about the woman I was becoming while raising them. It was raw, it was honest, but it was beautiful. And I want to share it with you. Because when I think about unconditional love, I think about my girls, the love that carried me when I was rebuilding my life, the love that didn't judge my mistakes, the love that simply existed. We are all looking for unconditional love, but sometimes the greatest love story of our lives isn't romantic. Sometimes it's the love between a mother and a daughter. Sometimes it's the love that grows through resilience, truth, and shared stories. So in honor of love, in honor of Valentine's Day, and in honor of the women we become because of it, I'm sharing this very special episode with all of you. I hope you feel the love, and happy Valentine's Day.
Bernstein Q&A.
Okay, pick a question.
Okay, this is a good one. So, how do you think becoming a mom changed you?
I don't know if it really changed me because I always wanted to be a mom. Like even when I was a kid, I would play with a doll that I wanted to be a mom. So it's not that being a mom changed me. Being a mom just fulfilled a dream that I had. Like in my head, I always thought that one day I was going to be a mom. And then one day, the doctor told me you will never be a baby. So I was like, okay, you plan your whole life to be a certain way or to have that dream, and then suddenly they say no. So what's your plan B? So I started having my plan B, and then I'm pregnant of you. So it's like I can go back to my plan A, which I always dreamed it would be. So being a mom didn't change me. Being a mom was a dream come true for me. Something that I always wanted and finally have.
Is this gonna get emotional?
No.
Okay. What do you think all moms should live by to have a happy life?
I think it's very important for everybody to be happy, to be able to make everybody else happy and to have a happy life. I think and I was talking about this earlier with you, like we are raised as a women thinking that in order to be a good mom, you have to be the last one in the list. And I was talking to Talia about it earlier, about the burnt toast, and how if you're a good mom, you're supposed to get the last slice of the bread, or the burnt toast, or how many times I say, or I have said before in the past, I really don't want it, when I really want it. So I think to be able to be happy, I had to come to terms with what Claudia needs and put that as a priority, so then I can give to you guys.
So kind of like how you always say you need to put the mask on you first before you can help others. You
Exactly.
need to make yourself happy before
I need
you
to
can
take
make
care
other
of
people-
myself
yeah.
so I can take care of you.
Right.
It's not just to be happy, because my dad used to say happiness is not a state, constant state. Happiness is a collection of little moments. You are happy if you have more collection of little moments than sad moments or angry moments. So if you can react or not react to circumstances or situations and be happy in the moment, then you have accomplished that. It's not that there's a lot of people that said, I'm gonna be happy when what? And then what happened when that happened? I'm gonna be happy when I have that car. I'm gonna be happy when I have this job. I'm gonna be happy when I'm married. No, You gotta do your best to be happy now with what you have.
What is one thing you missed doing before you became a mother?
Travel more. I would have liked to travel more. But this is true.
We literally have a vacation.
Before being a mom, yeah, I like exactly what I was telling before. You put your phone in, like, stop ringing. Like before we were talking. So then I switched to plan B and I started traveling. And then I got pregnant. So I would have loved to travel more before I have children. But I enjoy very much traveling with you guys as well. Because the traveling, I think, enrich you. I mean, you are exposed to so many things, you know, cultures, to people, to different environments, different everything. So I think that it's always a good experience.
Who inspires you as a mom? Like, who inspires you to be the kind of mom you are?
Oh.
And it doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a male figure.
It could be a
Where are you
motto.
going?
It could be a mantra. It could be
your dad.
My dad inspired me in a lot of ways, and I think it comes from a lot of places. You take the strength from one parent, you take the adventure from another parent, and then you have other people in your life. I say that one person inspired me. My stepmom inspired me a lot too. My mom inspired me too. Like, my mom is a very strong person, so I got that from her. You have to keep on going. You have to be strong. My dad was a dreamer. For my dad, everything was possible. So I think, and I said it this many times, I really got the best of both worlds. I was exposed to a lot of comfortable life and adventures and traveling with my mom, and then I had my imagination open like a parachute with my dad. So
Any period in history, where would you go and why?
if I could go back in time, oh my God, I think I would want to be in a lot of different times. I would want to be in the 50s, just because I love the fashion of the 50s. But then again, I would like to go to the Indians and cowboys, because I would love to be something like that. Or all the way down to Marie Antoinette. They have these huge gowns and parties and whatever. So I think every time it's a beauty.
Today. What was the hardest time
Every day. Every day.
today? What was the hardest time or situation you faced being a mom?
I think when I got divorced.
Yeah, I knew that.
Definitely when I got divorced, because you were 11 months old, you were little, and for me, oh my God, why did you ask me that question?
Okay, we don't have to answer it.
It's okay.
We can answer it. Let's ask a new question.
No, that's okay. When I got divorced, because I did not know, it was so foreign for me. It was like, now what? I mean, I just had a surgery with cancer. Sophia was 11 months old, and your dad and I were not in the best place at that moment, so I really felt very, very lonely, and I felt like what am I going to do? I don't have the answers. I need to be strong, and I need to keep on going, because now I have 3 kids with me, and that was the most challenging and difficult and scary moment of my life. Like, if I could go back to me, if now I can go back in time and have a conversation with myself when I got divorced, I would tell myself, everything is going to be okay. Don't freak out. Things are going to work out. But at that particular moment, I was terrified.
Would you have changed anything if
No.
you could? You
No.
would have done everything.
You know what? I would not worry so much.
You have stress.
I would not have stressed so much. Right. If I could because I think that we are the product of all our choices. So we're here right now because of all the choices we made in our life.
Right.
If I could change anything, I would not be stressed and concerned. And another thing probably that I would change about me is that I would be more vulnerable. I learned later in life that being strong doesn't mean not being vulnerable. And I raised you girls the first years of your life being just strong. I would go to the shower and cry, but I would not show you my vulnerability, because I thought that's how am I supposed to be. I have to be strong. And then I learned, when I went to Choice, I learned that it's okay to be vulnerable. And then I make a turn, like, okay, maybe I'm hurting them by not being.
I think You did it great, because I feel like I would have worried then, being the older sister and going.
See me crying.
Yeah, and seeing me crying, like, oh crap, now what? Like, now do I need to be strong?
Right.
And it kind of would have taken a toll on me.
Right.
Because I did
You were the oldest
feel
one.
like I needed to take care of my sisters to an extent while you were gone. So I'm glad you were, and then later in life, it is nice to see, like, you are human, you do cry, you do feel like you need to express yourself. So
Right.
now that I'm older, I realize, like, that's a better time for me to realize, okay, it is okay to show your emotions and be vulnerable.
Right.
So,
It's okay to cry at Hallmark cards.
yeah, more during prayer, because
We're thankful.
we're thankful.
Wait, before you answer, do you want to tell them what choice is?
It's a leadership seminar you can call, where you learn about emotional intelligence. You don't go back to when you were a kid and the way that a psychiatrist or psychologist would do it. You kind of face what are your beliefs, where the beliefs are coming from, and then you break those patterns and you create new beliefs that empower you.
Back to, would you change anything? This is kind of like, do you regret anything since becoming a mom? Would you have changed?
I don't regret anything. And for me, being a mom is the most challenging but rewarding and amazing thing that could happen to any mom, any woman. I mean, when I see somebody saying, "Oh my God, I hate to be pregnant," "Oh my God, I can be a mom," whatever, I don't judge, but I don't understand, because even now when I see you girls in reaching for your goals, and I mean, I take pride of it, because I know that there is something of me in each of you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you are who you are, mainly because it's in your DNA, and you know, and
Right.
all that,
Yes.
but also because I was there. I raised you, you know, and I get it that you have a choice, because there are children that are not as fortunate, you know, that they have other challenges, or their parents are absent, or they're drug addicts or alcoholics, and they get the choice that, okay, am I going to follow those footsteps, or I'm going to make my own choices. But when I see you, that you guys, for me, there's no perfect, but you guys, for me, are great kids, and I take a lot of pride of that from that. I don't know how you say that, but I do, because I'm for me, it's like, these are my kids, and I wouldn't want you guys to be any other way. And you guys are, I mean, you fight and you get, you know, in each other's nerves and all that stuff. One of you have a problem, and the first people coming to rescue are the other two. Like when we have a situation once with Sophia, and it's like, oh my God, this is just happening to me. Let's get on with the problem and let's fix it, whatever it is.
What's your biggest fear as a mother?
My biggest fear as a mom was not being present, because my mom traveled a lot when I was a kid, and she was working all the time, and I needed her. I needed to have a mom, and she wasn't present. For work or for whatever reason, she wasn't present. So my biggest fear was always being present. That's what I had such a weird jobs, that I would work at night at home in the computer, or I would take you guys with me when I was selling Mary Kay, or I would do whatever, so you guys will never feel my mom is absent.
Yeah.
When they just spit up. That's it.
No, I love to be pregnant, and I would definitely I wouldn't have a couple of more kids.
Okay, let's clarify a couple.
Yeah, like two. I would have 2 kids.
I see dollar signs.
So what was the hardest thing about being a mother and the most rewarding?
I already answered that.
No, the hardest thing about being a mom was, you know, making the right choices always. I mean, we heard that in Spanglish, which is one of the movies that we love. It's like,
the shortcut.
right, it's very easy to take the shortcut. I know, and I always knew that you guys were watching me. So there are some mistakes that a parent cannot make, and I knew that if it's to be, it's up to me. I have to be the role model girl. I cannot tell my kids, don't lie to me, but if they call me in the phone, tell them I'm not home.
Yeah.
You can't. So yeah, that was a fear for me. It's like, God give me the knowledge so I don't mess this up. For me, being a parent is a privilege. I mean, you get to have three, in my case, three lives that you can form any way you want. You can create three crazy people, or you can create three center loving women. You know what I'm saying? Because you are teaching them the path. So it's a huge responsibility to be a parent.
What is your proudest moment being a mother?
I think
Our
seeing
heart?
you guys, no. Like, if somebody will come to me and say, and I say this from my heart, you guys are three very bright kids. But if I would have a choice of having a bright kid or a good kid, I would choose a good kid. And my proudest moment is not only seeing you guys bright and smart in reaching your goals and being successful, but when I see you guys having a good heart and being kind to others and giving, and even in minor things, like walking in the street and somebody needs help, and I don't have to say to you girls, hey, that person needs help, we'll go help it. It's in you to go and do it. And when I see that, I cry a little because I'm like, these are my kids. They're good kids. It makes me happy.
Good kid.
I got the good kids.
What changed the most when you became a mother?
My priorities.
Yeah.
My priorities.
We would hope so.
My priorities for sure. And then along the way, I learned what I said in the first question. I didn't want my girls to grow up being victims. I didn't want my girls to grow up being the last choice for themselves. So you guys were always my priority, and for me, it's always the most important thing for me is that you guys are happy and that you guys are safe. Those are always my priority. Take care of myself, so you guys see that and take care of yourself. And you don't let anybody make you feel little. You don't allow anybody make you feel
You don't do the same.
right. Exactly. So, like, I remember when you used to come to school and say, this is this kid that makes me feel like silly, or makes me feel bad, or makes me feel whatever, and I will tell you, let me meet that person so powerful that can make you feel that.
It wasn't until after choice we started fixing them.
No one can make you feel a certain way. You allow yourself
Exactly.
to feel that way.
Exactly. But by that, you gotta take responsibility of your part in the situation. So if this person is trying to make me feel this way, where am I standing? What am I thinking about myself? What is my responsibility? How authentic am I coming across?
Yeah.
So then you
More
own
like-
it.
Instead of being like,
Exactly.
is it worth it? Should I feel this way?
Exactly. Also, this person is behaving like that because that person has those needs.
Insecurity.
Exactly. And in order for that person to feel good about themselves, they're trying to make me feel. But they're trying. That's the tricky part. They're trying to make
Right.
me feel. Now, am I going to allow it? No, because I know my worth. So I'm not going to allow it. I'm sorry you feel that way.
One word. If you could just, in one sentence, what is mom?
Mom to me, powerful and inspiring. I always said when I have kids, I'm gonna cry.
Alright, I'll go then.
Mom's like, shut up.
Always wanted to raise my kids like how you raised me, because I liked how I turned out. I thought I turned out pretty good. And just kidding. And I just wanted to be a mom like, because I liked how you raised me. I feel like I turned out pretty well, and I always wanted to follow in your footsteps, and I always wanted to make you proud in a lot of things that I do, so you will be proud of me.
But I'm going to be proud of you always, just because you're trying. And I said that to you guys a million times. You're going to make your own choices. And I might not agree with all those choices. Just make sure they're your choices, not somebody else's choices. You understand?
Yeah.
You have two people to respond. Exactly. So if you're okay with God and you're okay with yourself, you do what you think you should do, even if I'm not agreeing with it. Because this is your journey. This is your race. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Then I am.
That's what's
I don't have a sentence, but I think you're like a motivator, and you always look for me and like have my best interest in mind, so that's cool.
so like trustworthy.
A motivator.
Yeah, motivation.
You can be strong, vulnerable. That's the whole thing. You can be strong and vulnerable.
This is you're strong. You're a strong woman.
Oh God, don't take a picture of this.
And Katie is just here for the ride.
Love you.
Love you, Mom. That was so weirdly emotional.
Thank you all for listening to the Don't Shrink to Fit podcast. If you like this episode, please write a juicy comment below and subscribe to my podcast. Remember, we can only fly if we embrace each other. Until next week, be happy, be safe, and be kind to yourself.